If you want to have amazing technique on the guitar, you need to practice. Shocker, right? But what should you practice for the best results? Well, over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 4 exercises that have made a huge impact on my guitar playing over the last decade and even got my students' hands moving more comfortably around the fretboard. So grab your guitar and let's jump in. I'm going to show you how to play these with good techniques so you don't develop bad habits that will limit you later down the line. The first exercise is going to be running the major scale in thirds, but what does that mean and why is it important? Well, what it means is we're going to be playing the major scale, but skipping a note and then coming back. I like to do it with the 3-note per string major scale, which looks like this, and I'll slow it down in a second here. So slowing that down, that's F major. We have 1st fret on the low E, 3rd fret on the low E, 5th fret on the low E, 1st fret on the A, 3rd fret on the A, 5th fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D, 3rd fret on the D, 5th fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the G, 5th fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, 5th fret on the B, 6th fret on the B, 3rd fret on the E, 5th fret on the E, 6th fret on the E. Just like this. So when we're skipping a note and we're coming back to it, we're going to be doing it 1st note, skipping that 2nd note, going to the 3rd note. That's why we say playing in thirds, because we're playing every note and then the 3rd note. So 1st note, 3rd note, 2nd note, 4th note, but that 4th note is the 3rd away from the 2nd note. The 3rd just being an interval. And the reason this is so important is because that 3rd interval is the root of almost every chord. So drilling them all around the fretboard is going to make your hands more naturally fall upon the notes that are in chords. So let's keep going up this exercise. I'm going to play it for you and then slow it down. So the idea there is that 3-note per string major scale, just like I was saying, I would slow down and get just that down before you really move into it, and skipping a note and then coming back. So I'm going to slow it down. When you're doing this, make sure you're using the tips of your fingers to fret every single note and placing your finger right next to that fret, not on top of it, but right behind it. That's going to make pushing down on the strings much easier. Like if you're back here, it's very easy to have that kind of dead sound. Right, we don't want that. So it's good to be right up on that fret. So we're going to be 1st fret on the low E, 5th fret on the low E, 3rd fret on the low E, 1st fret on the A, 5th fret on the low E again, 3rd fret on the A, back to 1st fret on the A, then 5th fret on the A, then 3rd fret on the A, then 2nd fret on the D, 5th fret on the A, 3rd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the D, 5th fret on the D, 3rd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G, 5th fret on the D, 3rd fret on the G, 2nd fret on the G, 5th fret on the G, 3rd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, 6th fret on the B, 5th fret on the B, 3rd fret on the E, 6th fret on the B, 5th fret on the E, 3rd fret on the E, and then 6th fret on the E. That's going up. So it goes up and down, and once you get it going up, I would slow it down with that video, but once you get it going up, it's just the same thing but backwards. By the way, all these exercises are linked in my free community down below, so if you want a visual for them and a deeper explanation on all of them and how you can use them in your own guitar playing, hop in there down below and you can even ask me questions in there. Exercise 2 is a hybrid picking exercise, which is when you pick with your pick and your fingers at the same time, which is very valuable for not just your lead playing, but your rhythm playing as well, because you can grab chords and pick up them with your pick and your fingers. Or like in Clips of Dover, for example, there's a very popular hybrid picking moment right here. He's doing the pick and then the finger up at the top. But this exercise looks like this. And then it loops around. So slowing it down, and we're going to go fret by fret, and I'm going to explain to you how to do this hybrid picking accurately so that you can get that good technique developed, like I said. So I like to rest my hand kind of on the bridge here, just to keep it still, because when you're hybrid picking, you really don't want your hand, moving around all that much. I mean, I've been known to do that before, but when you're just getting into it, and for this exercise, it's much, much, much easier to have your hand planted. So we're going to be picking the D string and then using our ring finger on the B string and our middle finger on the G string. And we're on 7th fret on the A, 5th fret on the B, and 6th fret on the G. And when you're picking with your fingers, you don't want to move from your small knuckle, but you want to kind of walk your whole finger, almost like you're walking some little legs like that. Boop, boop. If you can get that kind of motion dialed in, it's going to make it much easier. Like boom, 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 boom. So we're on that first shape, like I said. 7th fret on the D, 5th fret on the B, 4th fret on the G. And then we're going to go down to 4th fret on the D, 3rd fret on the B, 2nd fret on the G. And then we're going to take this shape and just move it up 2 frets. And then we're going to go down to 2nd fret on all of the D, G, and B strings. So let's just get that first part down. And then now we're going to go up to the 7th fret on the D, G, and B. And then back to 6 on the D, 5 on the B, 4 on the G. So. And then we're going to go to 2 on the D and the G, but we're going to be on 3 on the B. And then we're going to go to 3 on the D, 2 on the B, and 4 on the G. So that second part looks like this. And then we're going to go to 4th fret on the D, 2nd fret on the B, and 2nd fret on the G. And now we're just going to be walking this note, this 4th fret on the D down. So 4th fret, and then we're going to keep doing the same picking pattern we've been doing on the D, and then B, and then G. And every time we get to D, we're going to move it down. So we got 4th fret, 2nd fret, open string, and then we're actually going to go to the A string and pick the 4th fret of the A string. So that part is like this. So far we have this is the next part. We have 5th fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the B string, and 2nd fret on the G string. bit of a stretch there, and then we just move that whole shape up 2 frets. And that part's a little slower. So going all the way around, it'll look like this. Exercise 3 is going to be playing arpeggios up 2 octaves. An arpeggio is just taking a chord, but playing the notes individually. So for this, we're going to be playing in the key of G major, and just playing the chords that are found in the scale, or the diatonic chords. So for example, those are the notes in G major, but we separated them. Like, you got your G chord. It only consists of those 3 notes. We're just separating them. So let me play you this exercise, and then I'll break it down slowly like all of them and get you playing it. So that exercise is simply, like I said, playing the chords up the scale. So the chords we have in G major are G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, back to G major. And what we're doing in that exercise is just playing those chords up the scale 2 times. So we have G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, back to G major, and then continuing to go up. It's important to understand that while you're playing it, because if you're memorizing this as random notes, A, it's going to be damn near impossible, and B, it's not nearly as helpful as understanding what you're doing. But I'm going to walk you through it slowly so that you can play it right now. So we're going to be on 3rd fret of the E, 2nd fret on the A, 5th fret on the A. That's our G major. And then we move up to 5th fret on the E, 3rd fret on the A, 5th fret on the A. That's our A minor. 7th fret on the E, 5th fret on the A, 9th fret on the A. That's our B minor. And then going to the A string now, 3rd fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D, 5th fret on the D. That's our C major. 5th fret on the A, 4th fret on the D, 7th fret on the D. That's our D major. And then we're going down to 2nd fret on the A, open G, and then 4th fret on the G. That's our E minor. And then 4th fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G, 5th fret on the G. That's our F sharp diminished. And then we're back to G. So we're going to be on 5th fret on the D, 4th fret on the G, and 7th fret on the G. So let's just try and get that first octave down. I'm going to play it, and then you try and get it down as well, and then we'll move on. And then continuing to go up from our G major, we're going up to the 7th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G, 9th fret on the G. That's going to be our A minor again. It's that same shape we played for A minor before, but just an octave up. And then we're going to move up to our B minor, which is going to be 9th fret on the D, 7th fret on the G, 11th fret on the G. Just as before, it's our same shape we just played, but an octave up. And then we're going to go down. The shapes change a little on this G and B string because they're not the same distance away as all the other strings. We're going to be on 5th fret on the G, 5th fret on the B, and 8th fret on the B. That's going to be our C major. And we'll move that up 2 frets, 7th fret on the G and the B, and then 10th fret on the B. It's going to be our D major. I'm going to move that up to 9th fret on the G, 8th fret on the B, 12th fret on the E. That's going to be our E minor. And then we go to 11th fret on the G, 10th fret on the B, and 13th fret on the B. That's going to be our F sharp diminished. And then we have 12th fret on the G, 12th fret on the B, 15th fret on the B. That's our G major again. This one's really hard to get down, but it is a huge game changer for your hands and for your brain. I'm going to play it one more time just so you can see it, and then we'll move on. Exercise 4 is going to be our G triads in the first position. Now, just like before, a triad is a 3-note chord, but this time we're going to be playing them together instead of separate. So for this one, it's going to look like this. And all we're doing there is playing a G chord. That's G chord, G chord, G chord, G chord, G chord, G chord, G chord. They're just in different spots and we're cycling the notes. So they're called the triad inversions. So let me walk you through that one slowly. We have first 4th fret on the G and then 3rd fret on B and E. And then we move down. We're going to take this note that was on the E string and bring it to the D string on the 5th fret. And it's very important when you're doing this to keep your fingers in the same spot as much as you can. When we move from that first chord to the second chord, your middle finger and your pointer finger are on the same frets. So don't bother picking them up and putting them down on the new shape. Leave them there and then just put your ring finger down. I will often, because I bar a little or press down. I actually do kind of press down with the flat part of my finger for those two. And then when I go to that second position, I often roll it up a little bit. Let me show you like a little side angle here. I'll roll it up into that next shape. So keep those 2 fingers, put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the D. And as we go to that next shape, I pick my ring finger up and put it on the 5th fret of the A, and then put my pinky on the 5th fret of the D. So, and then I take my ring finger and I take it to the 7th fret, and I bar the 5th fret on the A and the D. That one I do kind of with the side of my finger. So going down, and then you want to go back up. It's the exact same thing, but just backwards, and I will walk through it slowly. We have that 7th fret on the E, and then 5th on A and D, and then moving all your fingers, so ring on 5th fret on the A, pinky on 5th fret on the D, middle on 4th fret of the G. And then for this next one, put your pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the B and put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the D. And we're just leaving our middle finger in that same spot on the 4th fret of the G. And then for the last one, pick your ring finger up and push down with your pointer finger. Get them B and E strings, both of them. These exercises alone will do wonders for your guitar playing, but if you really want to lock them in, hop in my free community link below so we can really help you hit your goals and get these down. If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button. We're new here on YouTube, but we are not messing around. We're going to be dropping a new lesson every single day, and I don't want you to miss a single one. So I'll see you tomorrow.